Hello Year 7 and welcome to a bit of a different lesson. Today is going to be a video demonstration of what we're going to be learning. This is going to be a bit different for you as well as for me. Hopefully, we can get used to this because we might be using this a bit more in the future. Okay, so today we're looking at divisibility tests, which just means can a number be divided by another number and leave no remainder? If, when you divide it, you do get a remainder, then we say it is not divisible by whatever number we are dividing by. Okay, now some of these are quite simple and straightforward, and some of other numbers are a little bit more complicated. We're going to start with some easy examples here. Divisibility tests for the numbers 2, 5, and 10. Now, you may be already familiar with these, but we'll go over them quickly just for your benefit. So, to test if a number, and it could be any number, is divisible by 2, we just need to look at the last digit. And if that last digit is even, that is a 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0, then the whole number is also going to be divisible by 2. So we just need to look at the last number for the number 2. Same with the number 5. So if the last digit is a 5 or 0, then we know that the whole number is going to be divisible by 5. And for 10, if the last number is 0, then we know that the whole number is going to be divisible by 10. So for each of these examples, we just need to look at the last digit, which makes them a bit easier. So example 1, which of the following numbers are divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, 5, 4? We just look at the last number and we say if it is even, then it's divisible by 2, and if it's not, then it's not divisible by 2. So we can see here 345 does not work because 5 is not even, but 654 has a 4, so we know that it is even. So we know that 654 is divisible by 2 and the other number is not. For part B, which of the following are divisible by 5? We just need to look at the last number and see if it's a 5 or 0. So this first one, sorry, that's a 1. And then this one, we just look at the last number, it's a 5, so we can say tick, and we say this number is divisible by 5. It's a big number, but we just need to look at that last number, the last digit. Part C, which of the following divisible by 10? Is it going to be 348,920, or is it going to be 42? We just look at the last digit. Is it a 0? Yep. No. Okay, and so we know that that number is going to be the one that is divisible by 10. So pretty straightforward for these tests. Just look at the last digit and you will find whether or not it's divisible or not by that number. For these numbers here, it's a little tricky and we kind of need to learn these divisible tests to check whether or not a number can be divided by that number. Now for small numbers, it's very straightforward. You'll be able to work it out. But for bigger numbers, these tests can come in handy as quick ways of working out whether or not something can be divided by that number. So for 3, we need to sum up the digits of the number and then work out if that new sum is divisible by 3. So you can see in the example there, 4,584. We sum up the digits. So 4 plus 5 plus 8 plus 4 is 21. And we can divide 21 by 3, goes 7 times. Therefore, the whole number is divisible by 3. For the number 4, if the last 2 digits are divisible by 4, then the whole number is divisible by 4. So for the example 1,932, just look at the last 2 digits, 32. We can divide that by 4. Okay, it goes 8 times. So that means the whole number is divisible by 4. We don't need to check the rest. Just look at the last 2 digits and divide, see if 4 goes into those. Okay, now for 6, we actually just need to test whether it's divisible by 2 and if it's divisible by 3. So check if it's even by looking at the last digit as we did above. And then we can sum up the digits and see if it is divisible by 3. So if it's divisible by both 2 and 3, then it must be divisible by 6. Okay, and the last one here, 8, the last 3 digits form a number divisible by 8. So we just look at the last 3 digits, and then we're going to do a little division just in our heads or using pen and paper. And if it is the last 3 digits are divisible by 8, then the whole number is divisible by 8. So these ones are a little trickier. Let's do some examples to cement these ideas. So first, or example 2a, which of the following numbers are divisible by 3? So for 3, 4, 5, we've got to sum the digits. 3 plus 4, sorry, let's do an arrow, not an equal sign. 3 plus 4 plus 5, okay, is going to be 7 plus 5, which is 12, which we know is divisible by 3, divisible by 3, because you can just go 3 times 4. Okay, let's do this other example. 6, 5, 3, 6 plus 5 plus 3 equals 14, which is not divisible by 3. So therefore, we know that 3, 4, 5 is our answer. That number is divisible by 3 because the sum of its digits is divisible by 3. Okay, which of the following numbers are divisible by 4? Remember, for our test before, just look at the last 2 digits and work out if they are divisible by 4. So for 234, we know that 34, can 4 go into 34? It goes into 32, but it doesn't go into 34. So we can say is not divisible by 4. And then for this big number here, we just look at the last 2 digits. So 20 is divisible by 4, divisible by 4. So therefore, this whole number here also is divisible by 4. Okay, example C. Which of the following numbers are divisible by 6? First of all, we've got to check if they are divisible by 2. Both of them are divisible by 2, so both are even. And then we need to do their sum. So for the first one, it's going to be 3 plus 4 plus 8 plus 9 plus 2 plus 0, which is going to be 7, 15, 24, 26. Okay, is 26 divisible by 3? No, 27 is, but 26 is not, so is not divisible by 3. Okay, and 42, we just go 4 plus 2, which equals 6, which is divisible by 3. So therefore, 42 is divisible by 6 because it is divisible by 2, it's even, and it's divisible by 3. Last example here. Which of the following numbers are divisible by 8? We need to look at just the last 3 digits. So 4, 1, 6, we're going to do a little division. Okay, 8 goes into 4 0 times. It goes into 41 5 times. We carry the 1. It goes into 16 twice. So we know that that first number is divisible by 8. Let's look at this second example. 1000. Okay, so it goes into 1 0 times, it goes into 12 1 times, carry the 4, it goes into 8 5 times, we've got a remainder 4, so that does not work. So therefore 416 is divisible by 8. So rather than having to divide the whole number by 8, we can just look at the last 3 digits and see if they are divisible by 8. Alright, now have a go at those example questions that are listed. I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Have a good day and stay safe.